made the harvest with the old Tundra. Oh, here's another one. Come on, get on a crosshair. Get on out. Get on a crosshair then. Get on a crosshair then. Get on over there then. Go on. Go on now.
She says, I'll choose life.
We got company in here. But it's a big lot, you know.
We got camp set up.
Oh, nice.
Just waking up in the truck.
Yep, sure is. Got his bike out. Looking good, ready to roll. How we doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, man?
Doing all right.
That Warb?
Yep.
How you doing? Wade.
Wade?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Where you from, Wade?
Michigan.
Oh, right on.
Yep.
Been waiting a while to get this one then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this your first time in Iowa?
Yeah, first year hunting.
I got you.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yes, sir.
It's a nice young man from Michigan there. Mr. Wade was headed out this morning. He was parked here when we pulled in and we figured he was gonna hunt here, and then he climbed out of the back seat of his truck. He was just sleeping here. He's gonna hunt up the road. It's Halloween. This is my favorite day of the year. If I had to pick one, this would be it. The weather's a little bit warmer than we'd like, but it's Halloween, you gotta go.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
time.
we'll just be real comfortable and we'll see a couple nice bucks.
Yeah, I hope so. It is real nice out here right now. We've been running cameras back in these woods. Me and Ted hunted these woods a little less than a week ago and rattled up a real nice 8-pointer. And we checked the cameras back here, and we've got numerous mature bucks coming past this scrape down this little thick corridor way back in on one of these ridges. Not very many of them in daylight, although there was one in daylight a couple evenings ago. It just seems like every year we run cameras on these scrapes, like right along about the 30th, the 31st of October, or the 1st of the 2nd of November. All of a sudden, boom, most of the bucks that we were getting at night.
Yeah, even bucks that you've just had a
Right.
picture or two of, it's like they're on a cycle where they come through once a week or so, and then all of a sudden, like you said, boom, there.
We were talking earlier about how who knows what could show up in
Yeah.
there. When we checked it, there was a brand new mature buck in there just, yesterday. Hasn't been there the whole month, so the deck's getting shuffled right now. This is a good spot, and there's a lot of big ones in here.
I think that's
Just-
what we're doing basically, is we're going to where we have seen the highest concentration of bucks that we'd like to shoot. So
Yeah, this is the area.
get in there and spend some time.
Me and Jake each got a tag, and he can shoot my bow, so things might get interesting this morning.
Go visit with Ted Miller after this, regardless.
Oh yeah, we do. We do have to go by old Ted's and grab some footage. He's got some cool videos to show us. He said, always good to see Ted. Me and Jake are set up. Still a couple more minutes before legal shooting light. We did blow a deer off of this ridge when we got in here this morning. Definitely wouldn't have smelled us. It just heard us or saw us walking up this path. The camera that we've been running in here is only about 40 yards from us right now. Over a scrape. Found several really fresh scrapes on the way in here, including one right here below the stand. We don't have a lot of shooting out there to that path, but we got a couple little lanes through there. Jake tied back a couple of these trees with some paracord that I had in my pack.
About 10 feet up.
Yeah, we're not very high up. If we got much higher, we wouldn't be able to shoot that little corridor out there. Big bucks love traveling these corridors in the rut, especially right here where they're kind of split in two sections of ridges.
Pretty thick on both sides of the path too. It's just like a super efficient way for them to travel through these bedding areas and check does.
Yeah, they feel real comfortable walking on it, especially since there's only been one other hunter in here in the last 3 weeks. I'm sure that's about to change though.
Yeah. Following that scent, boy. Yeah. He says, ooh, smells like deer.
Me and Jake are gonna get down. It's about 11 o'clock. We're gonna go by and see Ted Miller. Middle of the day here. See what he got into. I know he's got some cool footage that he's wanting to show us. So we're gonna go over there and get that video from him. I think we're gonna leave all of our crap up and just come right back here and hunt this spot again tonight. I know we only had the one buck come right by us this morning, but we had another buck chasing a doe just over this next ridge. We could kind of see him moving through the brush and they could hear him grunting at one time. And that camera is just right down here, maybe 30 yards away. There's been a nice buck on it, I think 3 out of the last 4 evenings. I think we're just gonna come right back in here this evening. Just one of those spots that's kind of a boring sit. You just sit here and wait and wait and wait. But when a big one does walk down this lane in this little corridor, this is a good spot to kill him. We got good wind for it again this evening too, so we might as well just sit it. They can get from point A to point B in this big wood lot, checking multiple bedding areas, and feel safe doing it because they've got all this high stem count cover in and around that lane. Ain't no different than like the edge of a standing cornfield. How they love traveling those corridors when the corn is standing.
Just need one to run the gauntlet on us.
Yeah, we just need one to come right down the pipe right here. Maybe they'll do it tonight. But we're gonna go get something to eat and see Ted. Had to improvise a bit with our pull-up rope this morning. I stood up there with my headlamp on. Jake came down here. We needed to move this one a little bit to give us a good shot out to this lane. So we just used the pull-up rope and tied it over. Pulling here at Ted's.
Shed dog's on. Hey, buddy.
Get him. Bite him, he's a bad guy.
What's the good word?
They help you drag one out?
No. We had one about like, yeah, come by at 15 yards.
Yeah, 70s the next 3 days or whatever. So.
Yeah.
Do you change up your strategy at all when it's warmer like this, or just kind of just put your time in and wait for the...
It's easier to stay in the stand when it's 70 than it is
Yeah.
0. I know that.
It did feel nice out there.
But I think the weather's supposed to change the end of the week, rain again, and then be 60s, 50s, 60s next week or whatever. So.
Yeah.
How much have you hunted to this point? Like, do you hunt much at all in early October unless you got a reason to, or you just kind of stay out until?
I personally just don't hunt until the latter part of October. I think that buck that I see the footage of here, that was my second hunt of the, I think that was the 26th.
And you're just kind of monitoring your trail cameras and then until you got to
Yeah, I put up the horizontal rubs there. I think it was like the 7th and 8th of October. And I didn't really check them for like 10-day time frame or whatever, so I was kind of checking them and starting to hunt at the same time or whatever.
Just check it, like when you go in to hunt, you pull the card.
And pull the card when I go in there, if I think I can. A lot of times I'll just pull the cards like in the morning, and then that gives it all day for the scent to kind of disperse.
Yeah.
I don't really like to check them at the evening set because, you know, the bucks could be close.
Just get out of there as soon as you can.
Leaving scent around there anyway, so.
Right.
It's a pretty good buck.
This is from this morning, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't see anything like that. If we did, though.
It's pretty cool how he lifts, he stopped in mid-stride there.
What was that?
Just staring hard.
It's like when we're turkey hunting and we think we hear something, we just stop like that. Yeah, I don't think it would have been the same results if he came by Warb and I.
Yeah,
If Warb went to shot him, I would have been
that's
asking
a
for his bow.
Beefy buck there. He's
All right, we're back in the same spot that we were at this morning. Went and saw Ted Miller for a bit. He's got a bunch of cool footage over his horizontal rubs already of some massive giant bucks. We'll probably give you guys a Ted Miller update video next on the channel. He sent us with a bunch of footage before we left his house. Visited with him for a couple hours. And then me and Jake came back here to the same tree. We just left all of our crap up here earlier. But we checked this camera right here that's 30 yards from us on this trail. And there was 2 hunters that walked down the trail today at 1 o'clock while we were visiting Ted. I don't know if that's going to mess things up for us in here tonight or not. There's only been one other hunter on this trail in the last 3 weeks.
And they came walking from that way.
Yeah.
We came walking from this way, so there's quite a bit of human scent in here now, but it's all right on the access path, so hopefully the deer are used to it.
Yeah, I mean, that young buck walked right down the access path where we walked in from this morning. There was a hunter that came through here 3 or 4 days ago on that path. He obviously hunted back here and then walked out. And since then, we've had multiple mature bucks on it.
During daylight, even.
During daylight, yeah. We've had a couple big bucks on it in the evenings the last few days. And this morning at 3 a.m., there was a big buck walking this corridor. So they're certainly in here. I'm not as optimistic as I was earlier with those hunters walking through. But we figured we better sit it. Just because there's so many bucks that are traveling up and down this thing. I mean, there's so many scrapes up and down that corridor. And this is a really good setup. I like everything about it. I mean, we're not very high off the ground, which gives us a good shot angle to that trail. There's plenty of cover on both sides for us to get drawn without being detected. Our wind seems to be pretty consistent for the most part and going back in here away from the trail.
Enjoy the nice weather.
And I hope that Hank or Hank's brother Hank walks right down this trail and we get a shot at him. I wish we could take it back to the old days when you just said, man, did y'all see the Big 10? Boy, there's a Big 8 back there. There's a 12. I seen a 12 pointer back there. I want to go back to them days.
You see the 142 and 3/8?
Bucks nowadays got more names than your kids. About out of weed. Milkweed. There we go. No, no, no.
Don't do it.
Don't.
Oh, look at it. Yeah, go with your brother over there.
Why don't you come back here? Hopefully we can make something happen here.
Rattle your little heart out down there.
I ain't planning to rattle again. This evening. couldn't see him as soon as he got to that point where he should be able to see the bucks. And he didn't see him. He started getting nervous. I don't know. I felt like I got up here though. Like I could.
Yeah, when I first, he was like running in when I first saw him, so you were up here, and I think he
just sounds so much more realistic on the ground.
I don't think that's why. What happened. I think that would happen. He probably wouldn't have even come in if we just rattled from up here. He would have been like, well, where's the ground noise?
Right. He's heard that song and dance before. I mean, it was obviously realistic enough to get him to come up here. But if you ain't in stuff that's thick enough for him to come looking.
Or have something for him to see.
Yeah, or have something for him to see. That's why, man, when we use a decoy and rattling or calling together, it works tremendously well.
The whole situation changed with people walking through here today.
Yeah, people walking through here today kind of hurt our confidence a little bit that they were just going to walk right down that lane.
That probably has something to do with why he was pretty on edge, too. I mean, he definitely smelled where those people walked today, I'd say. Oh, they're people.
Just closed out the interview and we could hear deer running. We thought they were being chased by a buck or something, but no. Those guys were just climbing out and bumped them. Those are probably the same two. I'm sure it's the same two people that were on our camera earlier this afternoon.
We're also going to sound just like that.
We are going to sound just like that. That big buck probably just going to stand down there and listen now.
Get me in here doing a little studying on where everybody's sitting at.
Yeah, he's going to learn a little something. Educate him even more. But luckily, the smell of love is in the air. And he's going to forget all that sense here.
Anything's possible.
The next morning, Jake and I tried a new spot and saw a nice buck at a distance. Meanwhile, two other hunters walked past our trail camera on the access path we'd hunted the day prior. A few hours later, they came back past the camera wheeling a mature buck out of the woods. After a closer look, we determined it was one of the big 8-pointers we'd had on trail camera through October. If y'all are watching, congrats on a great buck. See you on the next video.